Well, aloha everyone, and welcome to this live webinar, Healing Moments with Karinna. And surprise, surprise, I have a virtual background today, and I'll try not to move around too much because it kind of blurs. But I thought you'd like to see something different today. So thank you for joining me. Aloha and welcome. This is Healing Moments with KarinnaNielsen, and this program is dedicated to your shares and questions about healing the self and moving forward on our evolutionary journeys of love. We create a space to discuss the spiritual perspective on what's happening in the world and to find answers to your questions on life, healing, and consciously creating your world. So I'm so grateful to have you here. Our topic this month is, do you still have the luxury of a negative thought? And if you're a subscriber to my newsletter, which you can sign up for at KarinnaNielsen.com, I wrote a letter to you folks that was about someone, a friend of mine, that expressed her frustration at being so forgetful that she couldn't remember sometimes when why she came into a room. And she said she was looking for something, she couldn't remember what it was. And then she said, I'm getting older and more forgetful. And I said, yikes. Let's grab that one right now, that negative thought, and wrap it in love and create a positive thought like, I do remember, and I'm getting clearer and stronger with my memory every day. And so you know, that's just an illustration of what we all do, right? We all have these random thoughts that we kind of put out there, and they aren't necessarily very positive. Just looking on, I'm getting Messenger going here, because if you have a question, you can put it in Facebook Messenger, or you can put it here in Zoom on the chat. Or you can email me at KarinnaNielsen.com. So anyway, these these random thoughts, we're in an environment that is incredibly powerful right now because we're in a great shift in consciousness. And this creates an amplification of our powers of creation. And the creation, because we are all part of the one God creator. So each one that we see, everybody else around us, they're all part of the creator, just like we are. And we're all here on a journey to experience the love of being a creative force on earth. So part of that, or where that begins, excuse me, is with our thoughts. And our thoughts create our reality. So saying something like, I'm getting older and more forgetful, can be something that creates more of that. And so we want to be more careful with our thoughts. So when we choose to think from our heart and think in love. Now, when I said that in the newsletter, excuse me, I'm wondering if, excuse me, I'll get a little water here. I'm wondering if people were asking themselves, what does that mean? Think from your heart, because you're supposed to think from your brain, right? But your brain is really just kind of a processing unit, and your brain knows what it's experienced before. So it's basing your reality, your experience, on what's happened in the past. What if we could choose new thoughts and create something new, or something evolutionary that moves us forward and creates a better life for ourselves? And we can do that by thinking from our hearts in love. Now, the heart has actually a brain itself. It has neurons, and the Center for Heart Math has done a lot of research on this, but we also know from science that the heart has more neurons and is more powerful than our brain. So imagine if you, when you have a thought, if you could drop it down into your heart and just think from your heart. So I'm actually getting a little bit ahead of myself here too. And I would like to start with a prayer to set us in a good motion. So, and, you know, we'll talk a little bit more about this topic because I think it's so important right now. So if you will just sit with me for a moment, and I'll slow down. I have a lot of energy today. So just sit down and close your eyes and take a deep breath and let it out. And just feel the love of who you are, center in your heart. Close your eyes. And we're actually going to do this 5-breath self-healing meditation that is such an important part of signature cell healing. And I'll tell you more about the workshops coming up soon. Keep breathing. And the first place where we put our hands for the 5-breath self-healing meditation is on top of the head. So put your right palm there and your left palm on top. And breathe in through your crown and lock it in your heart. Exhale through your heart, through your mouth, and let the light go up through your arms, out your palms, and into your head. And just breathe it in. Now the second hand placement is at your eyes. So if you got glasses on, take them off. Take your 4 fingers, the index finger and the middle finger of both hands, and place them on your closed eyelids. Breathe in through the crown, down to your heart, and lock it. Exhale the light through your fingers into your eyes, all the way back to the back of your head, down the vagus nerve. And just feel that nurturing white light surging through your body. Then take your hands and place it on your heart muscle on the kind of left side of your chest with the thumbs pointing up. Breathe in. Let the light go through your palms and into your heart, and send it throughout your chest, the upper chest region. And just feel that healing light surging throughout, nurturing all the cells. And then the 4th placement is at your 3rd chakra, right at your stomach. So breathe in and breathe out into your stomach and through this whole 3rd chakra area where we have all the vital organs. Bring it in as golden particles through the pineal and down into your heart, and let it turn into white light, nurturing all the organs. And then go down to your 2nd chakra, just above the pubic area. Right palm over the left. Breathe in, lock it. And then exhale into this whole area where we have the bladder, the reproductive organs, and the colon, and all the digestive system. And just feel this energy of love circulating through the 2nd chakra area. And as you continue to breathe, I'll call upon the Creator, the Christ light, the Goddess weave of love, and all the energies of love of the higher selves of everyone watching this webinar, and all the angels and the guides, and the guardian lights. We call forth our founder of Signature Cell Healing, Kahu Fred Sterling, and Master Guide Kiro, and we ask for a blessing of light on this webinar today, the Healing Moments program, as we open our hearts to the energy of understanding the power of our thoughts to create a beautiful journey of love. And we offer this prayer in humble love and gratitude, and so it is in love, calling forth the energy of the Chancellor as well. Amen. So I got that in there at the end. I'm a channel for the Chancellor of Lemuria, who was the guardian light for the goddess energy and for the Lemurian people. And this is if you're not clear about what Lemuria is and was, there was a huge continent called Lemuria midst in the Pacific Ocean 40 to 50,000 years ago. And the mountaintops of this ancient land we find now as the islands that we call Hawaii. And that's where I am right now. I'm not actually at the beach. This is just a virtual thing, right? But I do live near this beach, and I'm a Lemurian goddess, and Karinna is my goddess name. So I'm a channel for the Chancellor of Lemuria, and this month, the Chancellor had 2 channelings that we brought forth. And the first one was about the 10 principles of consciously creating. Now, the 10 principles of consciously creating, I'm just gonna open the energy here. Yeah, the 10 principles of consciously creating were the guiding forces of the Lemurian people. And the Lemurians didn't have laws. They didn't have like government. They had councils, and they had the 10 principles, which is what the people lived their lives by. And if you want to learn more about the 10 principles of consciously creating, we have books and audio recordings about the 10 principles from Master Guide Kiro through the mediumship of Kahu Fred Sterling, my mentor, on the signaturecellhealing.com website. There's a short write-up about the 10 principles on the KarinnaNielsen.com website that you can browse through. It's in the Lemurian wisdom section. So the Chancellor has said that each month of this year, 2021, which is a 5-year, and we'll talk about the Lemurian numerology in just a second. This is the 3rd month of the year. So we're talking about the 3rd principle, which is passion. And there's let me just see where, yeah, here it is. And the channeling, it's just a short channeling. You might enjoy reading it. That's in the channeling section of my website. So here's a short excerpt. The passion is the guiding force within you, originating from your creator source of all love and light. As you come to understand your unique purpose for being incarnate on earth, you activate this connection and move forward with purpose through your blueprint, also known as your life plan. So that's just a short excerpt, and it's a short little channeling. And then the Chancellor also had another channeling called Discover the Magic of Your Thoughts in Love. And so all of this ties together with my friend's statement about, being forgetful and having that. And so the Chancellor has a great channeling about love as the source of inspiration or the source of our thoughts. And when your thoughts naturally spring from your heart and not your logical brain, you'll be when it's coming from your brain, it's based on a 3rd dimensional reality, a previous experience, and what you've been taught to expect, which is often less than a positive outcome, like you're getting older or whatever like that, or forgetful. But thoughts originating in the love-based neurons of your heart will lead you into a new reality of possibilities which you may not have previously explored. So it's just a little excerpt from the Chancellor's channeling about discover the magic of your thoughts in love. And that's also on the homepage at KarinnaNielsen.com. You know, I know a lot of people talk about, oh, wait a minute now. Somebody says they're locked out of the program. Host is on another program. Okay, so I will invite, I may have done something wrong. Let me just put the recording on pause. Okay, so I think we got that worked out. If you had trouble coming into the program, I think I did something with the startup. So I've got the new information on the Healing Moments webpage and on Facebook again. So going back, we talked about the channelings from the Chancellor this month, the one on passion and the one on discover the magic of, of your thoughts in love. And we didn't talk yet about the Lemurian numerology. I talked a little bit about the 10 principles and how important they are. But where you can start with the Lemurian wisdom is with the Lemurian numerology, because it weaves through everything and you can use it in every part of your life. That's what I do anyway. And so you can go to my website for a simple version of the Lemurian numerology. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of sound here, so I'm going to mute. Right, let's see, how can I mute? Everybody's muted, right? Okay, so yeah, the Lemurian numerology is on my website. You can also find it in all of the books from Kahu Fred Sterling, which are found on the Signature Cell Healing online store. Some of them are on a really good discount right now, $7 plus shipping. You can read about the Lemurian numerology at the back of most of those books, but I have a simple version on my website. Now, the Lemurian numerology, we are, for example, in a 5-year, because 2021, if you add up all the numbers, 2, 2, and 1, you get a 5. And 5 in the Lemurian numerology is the number for love. So we're in a love year right now. Isn't that great? And so each month of the year has an energy from the numerology. And this month we're in the 3 month of March. And this is the number 3 is represented by the Trinity of truth, trust, and passion in the numerology. So focusing on truth, trust, and passion, and those are the first 3 principles of the 10 principles of consciously creating. Focusing on the truth, trust, and passion of any situation allows for a perfect balance of energies. What is the truth of the situation? Can you trust your truth? And if so, bring your passion to it and watch all come into balance. Place any situation into this Trinity formation to bring it into balance, for love is always found in the center of the Trinity. And so, like I said, the Chancellor is doing a channeling each month for each of the 10 principles, and this month's channeling was on passion. So it's a month of passion, and passion is not meant to be something really exciting or something on the other side of it, you know, a passionate, what they call over the top kind of thing. It's a really balanced flow of your energy towards a particular feeling of love that you have for yourself and for something you're creating in your life. So passion is a force that keeps you moving forward always, not in excitement, but in a smooth flow that is that you perpetuate your motion forward based on what you know as the truth, and you trusting that, therefore the passion comes to you and moves you forward. So what a great month for us. And it's a long month too. Last month went really fast. It was a short month. So this month, we're going to have a lot of more energy to get into that. Now, I also wanted to mention to you that, and if you have any questions about that, just, let me know. The Lemurian numerology, we work with the Lemurian prophecy cards in readings with the Chancellor. So if you ever are looking for a Lemurian reading, the channel prophecy readings are great. And I'm going to show you, I have a deck right here, excuse me. I'm going to show you the Lemurian prophecy cards, which I'm going to shuffle them 5 times. And I told you why, right? Because 5 is the number for love. So we're going to put love into the deck. Here comes 4. Here comes 5. And then we're going to cut them in half. And then for those of you watching and energies coming in later on the recording, put your energy into the cards. And this is about our webinar today. So we'll cut it and put it back. And here's the, oh, can you see it? Oh, wow. I wonder if you could see it. Let's see. I'll hold it here and you can see it. So here's the card. This is the thing about a virtual background. It kind of erases stuff. So here's the card. It's a 9 of clubs. Okay. So the 9 in Lemurian numerology is the completion number. It's called completions and new beginnings. So when we have a 9 that shows up for us, we are at a point of completing something and the new beginning is already there. So you're really already in a completion. And for me, I mean, for us in the energy of what I'm doing, I'm at a new beginning, and we're going to talk about the workshops pretty soon. But let me just explain a little bit more about the cards, because the cards have 4 suits, right, in the deck. So the energy of the diamonds is the physical body, and it's based on the 4 bodies: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. The diamonds are the physical, the hearts are the emotional body, the clubs are the mental body, and the spades are the spiritual body. So we have a 9 of clubs. So look at that and think about our topic today. Because if this is not coming from the Chancellor, I don't know what is. Because our topic is, do you still have the luxury of a negative thought? So thoughts are the clubs, the mental body. And I feel the answer is no, you don't have the luxury of a negative thought. It's time to complete a certain way of thinking and move into a new energy. The new beginning is there for all of us. So it's just about having a choice. I'm trying to keep track of everything here. It's about having a choice of what you're thinking, right? So choosing to think thoughts from our hearts is going to open up all kinds of new possibilities. So if you're feeling stuck in a particular situation, and you know that feeling of it's just not moving forward, and this is not happening, right? I feel like I'm stuck and I don't know what to do and all of this kind of stuff. Well, that's a kind of thinking that's not going to get you very far. But if you imagine what is the ideal situation that you can imagine, and just take all the limits off that you've been taught, our whole lives we've been taught, well, that's not possible, or you couldn't possibly do that, or what are you talking about? That's not how it goes, right? What if you could consciously create a better situation, a better outcome, a better life for yourself? So I'm telling you, this even works with relatives that you don't like, or you learn a little bit more about yourself and how your thoughts are creating difficulties, stopping points that you can't get past. It's all about the self, right? So it's all about us and what we think and what we're creating. So if you don't believe me, just have a conversation with someone and just listen to what they're saying. And they may have a very, very different viewpoint on what's happening in the world and what's going on in your life. And that's an indication that everybody has a power of creating their own reality. So we can choose to create a beautiful reality, a beautiful life. And I'm not talking Pollyanna, la la, I'm going to ignore all of this and all of that. I'm talking about you creating what you want, what it is you want, and focusing on that. Focus on that, not on the other people, not on this other person that's giving you problems. Focus on yourself and what it is that you want. And you will find, like the chancellor says, the magic of your thoughts when they're focused, when they're positive, when they're creative and creating your own life. So if you have a situation in your home where you're not happy with something, something's not moving forward, focus on yourself and focus on creating in your mind the most positive outcome based on yourself and your own thoughts. So how about that? If you have a question about that, let me know. And you can put it in Facebook Messenger, or you can put it here in the chat. But in any case, I think we got a question. That's interesting. So somebody's not seeing me, but let's see what we can do about that. I'm trying to switch the view and I don't see, okay. Okay, I'm glad you can hear me. There's some bugaboos in this recording. We'll see how the recording comes out this time. I hope it works. But thank you anyway, Mahina Ku, for letting me know about that through the Facebook Messenger. So if you have a question, put it in Messenger. It looks like that's the best option, or put it in the chat here if you're joining me live. If you have a question throughout the month coming up on the next program, which will be the month of the 4th month, which is a number for thought and balancing the 4 bodies, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, you can always email me at KarinnaNielsen.com. And I want to also mention now why I said this was a good card because of the 9. I've announced already through my newsletter, and I'm going to announce here, and I put it out on Facebook and the other social media, that I'm going to be doing the online workshops again coming up. First Steps to Signature Cell Healing, Healing the Self. That's the first online course in April. And then the follow-up course to that is the level 1 Signature Cell Healing, Healing the Self, Aging the Soul in May. So you need to be a First Steps graduate in order to take the level 1, because it builds upon that self-healing that we learn in the First Steps course. The First Steps course, it's a weekend course, and the timing is going to be really good for anybody in North America, South America, those time zones, Hawaii. It's really good timing, and it's on a Friday afternoon or evening, Saturday and Sunday. And I really hope you can join me. All the information is at signaturecellhealing.com, or you can get there through my website, KarinnaNielsen.com, under the Signature Cell Healing section. And I think it's on the homepage as well. But these are really special courses. They're online courses, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 hours each day. And we really have a lot of fun in those First Steps courses. So I hope you'll join me. There's a special discount if you've taken the course before. There's a $49 registration if you're repeating the course, or if you sign up with a friend, you get a really good discount for the two of you. So have a look and see if the timing works for you. And I hope you can join me with that. And then as a graduate, you can go on to level 1 in May. And May is also a weekend workshop online, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you'll also need to have a partner with you, because we're going to be practicing, learning and practicing the signature cells healing sequences and techniques, like the ear umbrella. Oh man, does it sound great? And the vagus nerve technique, and all the tapping, which is good for the lymphatic system, that helps you to keep your immune system strong. Also, the ear umbrella does that as well. Good for sinuses. What did I say? The vagus nerve is very good for the parasympathetic nervous system. Very calming, very soothing, helpful, and healing the whole body. So we're going to be learning and practicing those techniques. So you're going to need a partner. So please sign up with a partner. And when you do, you'll get a discount. If you see if you can find, you need to have a partner that's a First Step graduate as well. So that's a little restrictive now because we're in the online courses. Hopefully someday soon we'll get back to the in-person workshops, but for now, this is what we can do. So I really hope you can join me in signing up for the online courses coming up. And I'll be talking more about it in the time that we have. So I want to get back to our topic in the time that we have left. We're a little, yeah, we got some time left. I wanted to talk a little bit more about our topic and how we can keep our thoughts more positive. So I had some questions that I asked on the program page. You know, how do we keep our thoughts more positive? Do we really have the power of thought manifestation? Do negative thoughts exist somewhere else, somewhere in the body besides the brain? Now that, I like that question, and I'm grateful for that question. First, about the power of thought manifestation. Now, if you don't think that you have the power of thought manifestation, try thinking about somebody and just see if they don't call you or email you, or you run into them at the store. In the I think it was in the article or on my newsletter, I said that I had been, there was somebody that said, I really don't hope I hope I don't run into that person at the grocery store when I go in there. And what do you know? You usually do, right? You run into the person. So if you have a negative thought, you really don't want to impassion it too much, because, oh boy, those thoughts get legs. And just on the same note, if you have a positive thought, what if you have a positive thought and you impassion it? What could you create, you know, that you really want in your life? What if you want a business that's thriving and you're having a great success in your business, whatever it is? What if you see that and have a vision for that in your mind, and then you impassion that thought and just keep focusing on it in a positive way and believing that it's going to happen for you? Things will start to come into your path, and you don't have to know how this is going to happen. You just need to focus on what it is that you want to create. So don't worry about how it's coming to you. Just believe that, just know that it will. Just know that it will. So, you know, do those thoughts exist somewhere in our body? And you know what? Yes, because we have we have a cellular consciousness in our bodies, and we work on this in the signature cell healing workshops. There's a cellular consciousness in each of your cells, and it has a memory from your past lives, from this life, whatever you've experienced, you're taking it into your physical body and into the cells. The cells are always listening to you. So when you have a thought, and maybe you mumble to yourself like, oh, shoot, I don't know if I have enough money to pay the bills this month. Oh, no, your cells are listening to this. And that's a fear. And it's going into your cells, and you're going to hold it there somewhere in your body. Now, whether you create an illness from that depends on how much energy you put into it. You could very well create a sore elbow or a headache or something that goes along with that thought that you had. Can you create something positive from your heart that could help to release from your cellular consciousness these negative thoughts. So try the 5 breath self-healing meditation. And there's a trailer, an explanation for that on the Signature Cell Healing website. There's also an ebook and a video tutorial that'll teach you how to do that so that you can empower the cells and enlighten them to release the fears and to release whatever negativity you might be holding throughout your physical body, and start the self-healing. Start to enlighten the cells and also raise your frequency of love so that you're more susceptible to love coming to you. You're going to attract to you what your thoughts and what your energy is. So if you, and you really need to at this point, especially in this great shift in consciousness, be thinking, looking at your thoughts, listening to yourself, what you're thinking, and grabbing that negative thought as soon as you might have one, like my friend that had the negative thought about getting older, and grab it, wrap it in light and say, I'm strong, I'm positive, my thoughts are brilliantly clear. I mean, you can really lay it on if you want. But it's so important that we listen to ourselves and what we're thinking. It can be what we're saying as well, but the power of the thoughts that you have, that you're saying to yourself about yourself, are incredibly powerful because your cells are listening. So can we heal negative thoughts with signature cell healing? The answer is yes. I've been practicing and teaching signature cell healing. I've been practicing signature cell healing for about 25 years now. I'm a completely different person than when I started this journey with signature cell healing. I had a lot of negative thoughts. I had a lot of fears, and I'm still working on it, but it's gotten so much better. And I feel through signature cell healing, I have the tools to heal myself, to age my soul, and to move forward on my evolutionary journey. And I can offer that to you as well. So when we think from our hearts, there's an energy of love that embraces your negative thoughts. We don't want to put those out. We can embrace them in our hearts and encapsulate them in love and create something really positive for our life. So I really like that topic, and I really like explaining that the answer to our topic, do you still have the luxury of a negative thought, is no, we don't. Maybe you do, but I don't. If you have the luxury of a negative thought, then you're okay with having a less than positive outcome. And I'm just not willing to have that anymore. I want to have positive, loving outcomes in my life. And so therefore, I'm doing my best to keep my thoughts positive And I work on that every day with my 5 breath self-healing meditation 2 to 3 times a day. And it really helps. So that's what I can advise, what I can suggest to you. And I also do Lemurian mentoring. If you need help with any aspect of the Lemurian wisdom, I do Lemurian mentoring sessions. I do Lemurian goddess readings, and those readings with the Chancellor, channel readings with the Lemurian prophecy cards and the Chancellor, and all sorts of Lemurian readings. And you can read more about that on my website. I also do this program every month on the first Saturday. And ordinarily, I don't screw. I'm doing well with this. The Zoom link is on my website about a week before we started. I also want to thank very much the Sedona Journal. I don't have the magazine here, but in the March issue of the Sedona Journal, they always put this program, that this program is happening. And also they have the channeling from the Chancellor. And I'm so grateful to all the folks there in Flagstaff, Arizona, at Sedona Journal for their support. I've told you about the workshops. First steps in April, level 1 in May. The registration is open. We've got people registering already. It's so cool. Sign up for newsletters on my website. You can also sign up for newsletters on the Signature Cell Healing website. I also want to tell you about the Global Healing Meditation for Mother Earth, which is a special meditation that we do every month, about 3 nights before the full moon. This month, it will be Thursday, March 25th. And you can read more about it on my website. There's a little module for that on the right-hand side of the homepage. We do the meditation from wherever we are on planet Earth at 9 p.m. your local time. And there's all sorts of things on the webpage about it. There's a beautiful chant from our goddess sister Mahina Ku with the translation, a Lemurian chant of protection. There's a code that we use for the meditation. And we come together. I also put a Facebook announcement out about it. We come together in Diamond Head Crater in Honolulu, and there's all kind of photos that'll help you, guide you there. And we create a weave that surrounds Mother Earth in love. And it's such a beautiful thing to do every month. I hope you'll join us. I have a share from Facebook Messenger. I find focusing on your heart, doing your 5 breaths, self-healing meditation slowly can really help move your thoughts into a positive direction. Yes, thank you, Mahina Ku. That is really a great idea, a great way to bring yourself into a positive space. So if you feel like you're in a negative space and you can, get away from other people or take a moment just to sit down and breathe. If you really feel it going south, just say, which one moment, I'll be right back, or even if you're right there, just let the person keep talking or the situation unfold and just breathe and call upon your higher self, your angels, your guides. You can call on my energy or Kahu's energy or Master Guide Kirill or the Chancellor, and just breathe and just say, I'm centering my thoughts in love in my heart and asking for the highest positive outcome right here, right now. And be amazed at what, the Chancellor calls it magic. It's really magical how it happens. And it can happen for all of us. So I really appreciate your presence with me today, and those of you listening to the recording. Thank you for joining me. Our next program is going to be the first Saturday in April 3rd, at 9 a.m. Hawaii. I'm so grateful to have this time every month with you to share. Please email me at KarinnaNielsen.com to send in your questions, your comments, or your shares. I'm looking forward to seeing you again next month or in a reading coming up very soon. And also in our signature cell healing workshops in April and May. More info about that on KarinnaNielsen.com or signaturecellhealing.com. Hope you have a wonderful month of truth, trust, and passion. Aloha from Lemuria and here at Kailua. Bye-bye.